Hi comrades, welcome to Pandemic Sewing 101 video number 7. We're going to be doing the cross stitch today. First thing we're going to do is knot off our thread just like we've knotted it off every other time, after threading the needle of course. So cross it on your finger, roll it off, slide your knot, there we go. And the cross stitch is probably my favorite of the hem stitches because it gives a little bit of play in your hem. So like your whip stitch, you're going straight from your fashion fabric to your hem and you're really nailing that hem to the fabric like this. With a cross stitch, you're actually stitching your hem fabric and your fashion fabric separately. So that allows it to have a little bit of play like this, so you're less likely to get an ugly lump along where your hem is, because if it's nailed like this, sometimes it can cause the fabric to sort of buckle over the hem like that. But if you have a little bit of play, everything stays nice and flat and smooth. So to do this stitch, if you are right-handed, you're going to be starting on the left where it says start. If you're left-handed, you're going to be starting on the right. Your needle is actually going to be pointing opposite the direction that you're traveling. So your needle's going to be pointing towards the edge of the fabric, and you're going to be traveling towards the middle of the fabric. And you're going to start by going behind your hem like this and coming through your first black dot on your hem. So this is what it looks like when you take your first stitch. Then you're going to come up to your fashion fabric and catch just a few threads of your fashion fabric at the first dot. Pull it through. Come back down to your hem. Take just a few threads of just your hem fabric. So when you're taking the stitch, that's what it looks like. Back up to your fashion fabric, just a few threads. So that's what it looks like. Oops. Back down to your hem fabric, just a few threads, just the hem fabric. I'm going to do one more. So just your fashion fabric, just a few threads. Just your hem fabric, just a few threads. And so what you end up with is a row of little X's. So this is what it looks like on the front. And then on the back, you should just have little tiny dots where you've been catching your fashion fabric. You can pause, Toby. Okay, so when you get to the end of your line of stitching, you'll have your little row of X's on the front and your little row of dots on the back. You're going to take your last stitch. And are you zoomed? And then you're going to knot off like you've knotted off everything else. So tiny little stitch. Take the thread that's closer to the front of your needle. Wrap it around once. Wrap it around twice. And then pull your needle through. And there you have your knot. And then I'm going to take just one little stitch. Oops. And cut off flush to the fabric. Boop. There we go, the cross stitch.